What is going on, guys? Oliver here, back from another video, and today I'm going to be reviewing another set of 3 FUKUA variants that have been revealed. These are going to be the 3 gold FUKUA variants that have been revealed, and we're going to go over them, analyze them, and I'm going to tell you what I think their abilities are and how good they're going to be. If you're enjoying the content, please go ahead and hit like and subscribe. Not a lot of you guys that watch me are actually subscribed, so if you'd hit subscribe, that would be a great help. Thank you so much. Again, shout out to my 2 channel members. Seth is here and BRYCEGHOST. Thank you so much. If you want to join them for a lot of perks like being able to decide what videos I make next, go ahead and check out the channel membership. Link in the pinned comment. Besides that, I'm going to get right into this and start with Feathered Edges FUKUA, which is a gold variant. We're going to go ahead and watch the trailer through once and then go ahead and see what we think. And to me, this is definitely going to be a block. A lot of FUKUAs, it seems, are block-based, like they have something around their block. This is going to be a block-based variant. Okay, so if you want to see the ability, the first ability is definitely going to be right here. Right at the beginning when she blocks. She's going to block. I think this might be like a kind of a perfect shield mechanic, similar to like how Hack and Splash works, where if you like block right as they hit you, it'll grant you buffs and give them debuffs. So right here, maybe it requires a perfect shield, or maybe it's just when you block. I think it requires a perfect shield in my opinion. It's going to grant you 3 stacks of barrier, and it's going to inflict something on her. I don't know what those do. I think maybe it disables one special move or something. Or like slows, maybe it slows special moves cooldown. Whatever those debuffs do. I think one of them locks blockbusters. Yeah, one of them locks blockbusters, which is very good. But I don't know what the other one does. Oh, maybe that's a disable tag-in. I think, yes, it's disable tag-ins. I'm dumb. It's right there on the screen. God, I'm really dumb. Yeah, okay. So unable to escape and also unable to use blockbusters. And then it's going to grant you 3 stacks of barrier. And if you keep watching, she's going to keep hitting her, and then she's going to run in. Oh, and right here is, okay, sorry guys, it's a bit rough, a bit of a rough setup I have going here. But that's going to be a very good first ability because of the barrier is going to protect you, and then obviously it's going to keep them from using blockbusters and keep them from tagging out. And all you have to do is land a perfect shield, I believe. And you're going to see her second ability right here when she napalm shots. The napalm shots hits, and for some reason it doesn't actually stop her. I don't know if this is going to be a FUKUA, like unique to FUKUA, or if it's going to be just this variant, but it looks like she has some sort of like unflinching because she walks right through the napalm shot to hit her. So it looks like she has some sort of unflinching intangible dash or something. Not intangible because she wouldn't have gotten hit, but maybe when she's benefiting from barrier, she runs right through projectiles, or projectiles don't cause her to flinch or something. I'm not exactly sure on that part, but I do know that it's going to reflect the damage, because Parasol takes herself from about 100 to 70% health, and it looks like it's like recoil. Basically looks like it reflects back when she's hit when she has barrier. So what I'm predicting is, of course, perfect shielding is going to grant barrier and inflict debuffs, the 2 debuffs, and then maybe while benefiting from barrier, damage is going to reflect back to the one who hits her, and also she's going to be able to run through projectiles like Big Man does or something. I'm not exactly sure on the running through things. I'm confused a little bit about the unflinching thing she has going on here. But besides that, I know she's going to reflect damage back when either hit or hit with projectiles. I don't know which one it's going to be. And I know that perfect shield is going to grant buffs and inflict debuffs. How I feel about her, very, very good. Obviously, very good fighter. The only thing she might lack a little bit of is ability to consistently deal a lot of offensive pressure, offensive damage, but that's going to be okay because you are going to be able to get some reflecting damage, and she does have gold tier stats to back her up. So we are going to see how she ends up being, but I believe this is going to be a fairly strong fighter because of what I've seen so far. We're going to move on now to Vaporwave Vixen and watch the trailer through and see what we think. So this is a bit of a obvious one here. That fatigue that was inflicted is, I believe, based on the move she used, not because of her ability, by the way. So I do not believe that has to do with her ability. And I also believe this Wither does not have to do with her ability. Shoot. This Wither that's inflicted right here, I believe that's because of the Goodnight Kiss move that she used. Not her just vibing Also, the best ability name ever, Just Vibing. But not because of her Just Vibing ability, it's because of the moves that she used. So we're going to ignore the debuffs, and we're going to go back here to find where her first ability triggers. This is going to be her first ability, Just Vibing, and it kind of makes sense. She's just standing here. I believe she's going to gain a stack of Miasma and a stack of Thorns every few seconds that she either does nothing or is not hit. I believe it's going to be does nothing. Because if you see here, she's just standing here. She backdashes, or maybe it's without attacking. I believe it's going to be without attacking, because she does backdash and gains it mid-backdash. And then she's going to taunt, or she's going to set up a clone. She's going to backdash. It's going to trigger again. She's going to hit her. It's not going to trigger while she's being hit. And it's actually not going to trigger while she's attacking either. It's going to trigger when she stopped attacking. So I believe that's what it is. I believe her first ability is going to be gaining a stack of Thorns and a stack of Miasma every few seconds that she's not being hit or not attacking. And this is obviously a very, very good ability because Thorns reflects damage back, and of course Miasma drains health and blockbuster meter. I can definitely see her being dangerous on offense, but I believe her main threat is going to be on defense, especially if the AI learns to play with her abilities well. She's going to be very, very frustrating to deal with because just giving, backing off for a second and giving the AI a second to breathe, and she's going to gain Thorns, which is going to reflect back, and she's going to gain Miasma, which will drain health and blockbuster meter, and oh god, she's going to be a nightmare to deal with. So definitely a very, very strong defensive fighter. This ability is just fantastic for defense. And actually, if you see here, she gains a split second of invincibility while she's standing here right before, or not invincibility, unflinching, right before she dashes back. And then again, when she dashes back this time, and stands here for a second, Bio charges in, starts hitting her, and she bursts her out. Then she's going to do this, blah, blah, blah. And now standing here again for a second, and she's going to gain it unflinching again. So I believe this is her second ability. She's going to gain unflinching while standing and doing nothing, or at least while not attacking and not being hit. But I believe this one's going to relate to just literally doing nothing at all. She's going to stand there unflinching. And this is also a strong ability. It might seem a little bit hard to use at first because you're going to stand there and then you're going to get hit. But once you've mastered it, I believe this is going to be a strong ability because you can bait out an attack and then immediately hit back because you have unflinching. And as for the AI using this is going to be really frustrating because it's going to make running in and hitting them while they're not doing anything really annoying, really difficult unless you're going to grab them or blockbuster them or something like that. So this is actually a very good ability, especially because it'll allow you to wait for a second and gain your Thorns and Miasma and then not worry about being hit while you're not blocking because you'll be able to have unflinching and you can just hit them if they charge you. So very, very good. Overall, I think this fighter is very, very good. Probably the best so far that I've seen. Not for offense. I believe one of the enraged Filias, or not Filias, FUKUAs. One of the enraged FUKUAs is the best for offense, but not for defense. This one is Vaporwave Vixen is absolutely amazing with these abilities she has. Just fantastic. So I would definitely recommend picking her up if you can, or using her if you can when she's released. She's going to be a defensive monster in my opinion. Very, very good. And those are going to be her abilities there. Now we're going to move on to the last fighter here, which is Night Terror. And this is the one I actually do not have much idea about. We're going to go ahead and watch her trailer through. I can spot things related to her ability, but I do not understand what it is. So it's going to be very confusing, to be honest. I think I only understand one part of her ability. Okay, and she's going to use this, and then this is almost going to kill here. Just going to charge in here and finish her off, thankfully. And that's going to be that. Now, the first part of her ability, I believe, is going to be right here. It triggers first right about here. And I believe this is sleep paralysis is what it's called. And I think it's while standing near the opponent, they get fatigue. Sort of makes sense because she's like a night terror, so sleeping, whatever. FUKUA is like a dream-related fighter. But yeah, they're going to get fatigue while standing near them. And this is a decent ability. The thing is, she's a gold fighter, and they usually have pretty complicated abilities, so the kind of simple thing I've come up with here are not exactly what I believe she'll have. I think it'll be more complex than what I've seen, because gold fighters usually have pretty complex abilities, but all I can tell for this is that it's while it's standing near opponents, you inflict fatigue. And then another part to this is when hitting opponents, like this thing goes out and hits her, I believe that it grants you miasma as well. So maybe when hitting opponents, it grants miasma, a chance to grant miasma at least, or with maybe hitting them with a clone move or something, it grants miasma. And then while standing near them for a few seconds, it starts to inflict fatigue right there. So that's the first part to her ability. Seems a little bit maybe like commonplace for a gold fighter, so I don't know. You guys can leave your comments down below if you know any more than I do. But that's what I can tell from right there. And then her second ability, I believe, is going to be right here when she uses this BB3. She's actually has not been regaining health before this, but when she uses this BB3, it's going to hit her, and then it's going to, as you see here, it's really hard to see. I'm sorry, guys. I'm orienting this really difficultly for you. Really difficultly? I don't know. It's difficult for you to see, but she actually regains health when she uses this BB3. When it connects, she regains health. And I don't know if this is actually a product of... I believe this is not a product of the BB3 itself. I think this is her ability. And I'm guessing this is when the opponent is inflicted with fatigue, then blockbuster hits are actually going to regain her health. And you can't tell when she uses this second blockbuster here because she's already at 100. Oh, wait. She throws her... and she's at 100, yeah. So you can't tell when she uses her second blockbuster here because she's already fully healed. But I can possibly go back and check this. Let's see. This hits, and then... Wait. She's going to inflict fatigue here. And then, okay. That's a little bit too close to call. I can't honestly tell. But my best guess for her is that it's going to be miasma, a chance of miasma when hitting them with maybe a clone move or something. And then while standing near them, they're inflicted with fatigue, and fatigue makes blockbusters steal health or something. I really don't know yet. This is definitely an anomaly for me when it comes to abilities. This is very hard to tell. So if you guys have any comments on this, go ahead and inform me down below. Besides that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will be back with more FUKUA content soon. Oh, by the way, this fighter looks good, but I don't know enough about her yet to make a definitive decision. But yeah, if you enjoyed the content, more coming soon. Stay tuned. Subscribe, like, consider channel memberships. Leave a comment, share, do all that stuff. Thank you guys for spending your time with me today. I'll catch you guys again soon. Peace.